Hey trackies, welcome back to another video. When I tell you that over the weekend we literally got a look into the future, I'm telling you it fed us. Some of you may not have even realized how much we were eating over the weekend. I have been dying to talk to you all about everything that I saw. No, it is. I'm putting this out there right now. Gonna be Rasheed Broadbell's year in 2025. I don't care what nobody wants to say. It is going to be his year, and I have my reasons for saying so. Obviously, now we opened up our season over the weekend at the Velocity Fest 17, and he clocked a 13.37 seconds, done in a positive zero point 0.7 seconds, 0.7 meters per second wind, and I was absolutely impressed. Absolutely, and I'm going to tell you why, as I said. Now, let's go back. The moment I laid my eyes on Rasheed Broadbell, I said to y'all, world record. If some of y'all remember, I said world record, right? And I also did indicate that, hey, he's a little too messy, has to clean that up. And also, he needs to fix his start, right? Now, a few of y'all came at me when I pointed these issues out from the inception with Rasheed Broadbell, but that didn't deter me. I said he has to clean up and he has to fix his start. But I'm definitely getting world record vibes out of this young man. Now, when he came on, he was at MVP, he left, he went to Elite. We didn't get any better technical execution. And also his start as well didn't get any better. But he clearly, got faster, right? And I believe that's just natural progression from an athlete, right? In terms of where he began versus where he is now with a 12.94 seconds personal best in the men's 110-meter hurdles. But I definitely believe he can go so much faster, as I said. And as I said, also world record. And finally, in 2025, not only do I see him potentially standing on top of the world, winning the world championship title, but I do believe he now has the tools to potentially challenge the world record. Now, one thing, or I took multiple things away from that race, but one of the things I took away was his start. His start is so much better. Now, you rarely find where hurdlers, don't have good starts, right? They're pretty fast to that first hurdle. He's one of the few himself, Hanzo Parchment, not really having good starts, but yet they're really, strong 110-meter hurdlers. We all know Hanzo Parchment was the Olympic champion in 2021. That being said, guys, Rasheed Broadbell's moment, his start has definitely gotten much better, and I was impressed. Y'all should remember also earlier in the season, I did point out that I was a little disappointed not seeing Rasheed Broadbell run any indoors because it kind of would highlight to me at least that MVP is working on his start. So I was a little concerned there. But seeing this race, I was relieved. I was relieved because I finally got the proof that I needed that indeed MVP has been working on his start. So I was like, hallelujah, yes, 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 finally. And another thing that they've been working on, his technical execution. His technical execution, guys. After the race, he let out like a scream. I'm taking that as, relief in his execution. He almost got it. I believe he hit maybe two hurdles. He really hit the second one a bit hard, but for the most part, trackies, he was clean. And that is what we need to see from a Rasheed Broadbell. If he's going to take down Grant Holloway, and I'm getting into Grant Holloway as well because Grant Holloway also opened up his season over the 110-meter hurdles as well. So if he is going to take down a Grant Holloway, he has to get these things right. And finally, track is the pieces are coming together. And I'm so happy. And as I said, the first one in, he hasn't been running any crazy 60s. I was, as I said, surprised that he hasn't been in the 60 meters. And I'm talking about the hurdles. And he only ran a 200 meters. That is it. Haven't really seen Rasheed Broadbell, and for him to come out in his first race, clock a 13.37. We're not talking about rounds. There was no rounds, just one race. 13.37. Yes. Yes, guys, Rasheed Broadbell. I can see the hunger, I can see the determination, and he is going to grab everything that he has not gotten yet in 2025. Now, as I said, if he wants to win, he definitely has to go through the Olympic champion and the many-time world champion, three-time world champion at that, and he is the defending world champion. Now, Grant opened up his season as well over the hurdles. Now, he did in the heat race right? He in the heat, he was first in his race where he clocked 13.30 seconds. Now we also did have some Jamaicans competing there as well, so I'm feeling good seeing so many Jamaicans compete. We had LaFrance Campbell. LaFrance was second behind Grant in that heat race. He ran a 13.54. We had Gianna Roberts as well. He ran a 13.75. And in the second heat, we also had Orlando Bennett. He was third there, where he ran a 13.60. Now, for Orlando Bennett, he's the type of athlete that starts slow and then warms into the season. And then, he's ready to bang out, 12, 0. And that's literally what we saw from him last season. I believe his personal best is now 12:08. I can be corrected. But yeah, that being said, that's what happened in the heats. Now, they got to the finals, and Grant Holloway was actually second in this finals, and he ran a 13.18. This was done in a positive 1.5 meters per second wind behind Trey Cunningham, who won 13.08. Now, the Jamaican Orlando Bennett was fourth, 13.39, right? Then we had as well LaFrance Campbell. He was fifth, 13.59. And we had Jenna Roberts eighth, overall 13.80. So, right off the bat, I'm just looking at what Grant Holloway did. Nothing really, outside of what we're typically used to from Grant Holloway. I also looked at his execution. Pretty typical, Grant Holloway execution as well. I have said this before where I was watching him from indoors and I didn't get he was having any major push, to go fast too soon, given the fact that the World Championships is in September. So it's giving me the vibe that he's, taking his season much slower than other seasons. So I'm not, pressuring, times or anything like that. I'm mainly looking at, as I said, execution. And I didn't get anything different from a Grant Holloway perspective when it came to executing his race. We all know, whoop, don't hit on my camera. Oh my gosh, the breeze almost slapped the camera down. But anyway, I'm hoping it's still good. Right. So with that being said, we all know he always has had an issue with his ending section of the race. Not really seeing much difference there when it comes to our Grant Holloway from fixing it just point blank period. So when I looked at the Grant Holloway that I'm seeing now, and he has a personal best of 12.81 seconds. Let's be clear, he's really ridiculously fast in that men's 110-meter hurdles. So taking all of that into consideration and looking at what I saw from a Rasheed Broadbell to open up his season, I believe that Rasheed Broadbell in 2025 is going to take down a Grant Holloway at the World Championships and win his first title. I'm calling it now. Yep, yep, yep. Barring any miss up, guys, because we don't know from now till September what may happen. Everything I'm saying is, remaining on the fact that, or born on the fact that everybody remains healthy. So as long as everybody's healthy, that's literally, my vibe. I'm also getting good vibes from Orlando Bennett because, as I said, he typically starts slow. So for him to give me a 13.39, I'm like, okay, Orlando, you're also in my conversation as well. We just got to put it together when we get to finals. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. I'm actually very excited for this men's 110-meter hurdles. It's also giving me Jamaica versus USA. Yes, there are also some other guys that are going to figure that are not from these countries, but it's definitely giving me a Jamaica versus USA finals. And I definitely think this year Jamaica will stand on top. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts when you watch these men's 110-meter hurdles races. We saw Rasheed Broadbell looking faster as it relates to his starts, being much better and also technically also executing better over that race. And also we saw Grant Holloway open up as well. What are your thoughts? Where do you think this will go? Like the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.